I welcome you to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to render with Vray for Revit. And without wasting your time, let's get started. The first thing I will do is I'm going to go to the Vray tab and click on it. And I will make sure my internet is off. Then you can see that all these two are graded out. So I will first of all click on acquire license, and in a short while you see those tools will be activated. They will be active. All right, so they are active now. Then the next thing I will do is you will do some settings here. You go to setting and make sure you under the render set it to CPU, and you can leave this one as it is. Then you go to global illumination, click on global illumination, and here set it to 10, and this ambient occlusion set it to 1.1. then interactive, leave this one as it is for now. Optimization, leave it, and that is all we are to set for now. Leave all this one for now. Denoiser, let's uncheck denoiser for now. When we are doing our final rendering before we set the denoiser. Okay, this one is set. Then the next one is you have to be on the 3D, the default 3D. Okay, you have to be on default 3D, and you will need a camera view, and I believe you know how to set a camera view. You know how to set a camera view. I've shown you before how to set a camera view. I'm not going to do that now. This is a camera view, and you need that one before you can start your Vray. Okay, having done all that, let's make sure we are on. You can see two things here. If I am on camera view, the tools for Vray are graded out, but if I am on default 3D, the tools for Vray become active. So you have to be on the default 3D view. Okay, then here you will see current view. You double click on it, and if you double click on it, you see those 3D view that you have. This is the default. We are not going to use this one for our rendering because it's not a perspective view. This is a perspective view. So we make sure we select that 3D view that we have created from our camera. Then here, if you check here, you see render production. This one is if you want to produce your final rendering, and this render interactive is as you are working, you will be seeing the rendering. The rendering will be interactive. Once you update anything, you see the render immediately. These are the two types of rendering that we'll be using most. I will not dwell much on that for now. You will be seeing as I'll be using it. Then this quality is the quality of production you'll be having. Before we set it to high, we will start from draft first, so that when we are done, when we have checked all the material and we see that we are good to go, before we set it to high, so that we'll not waste too much time on rendering. Okay, and this is where you are going to set your material. This appearance manager is where you set your material. You will be working with this appearance manager and asset editor to modify our materials. Okay, now let's try and set our material. For now, let's set our material, and I believe you must have set all your material while modeling. You can see this wall, the material I set for this wall. If I want to confirm the material now, you will see this is the material name I gave it is paint 5. The material name I gave it is paint 5, and I will be seeing that material in the Vray tab. So if I go to my Vray tab and I click on appearance manager, I will simply go to paint 5. Where is my paint 5? Okay, paint 5, paint 5. Okay, this is paint 5. So what we are going to do is we need to convert all these materials to Vray material. You can see all these ones. These ones are already converted to Vray materials, but these ones that are empty are not yet converted to Vray materials. Okay, take for instance, this one is not. Let's assume that this is not yet converted to Vray material. I'm going to right click, and it will take me to my computer where I can select the material, the Vray material I want to use. And I have already created a shortcut for my Vray material. Let me go to that shortcut, and I will encourage you to also create your own shortcut. Okay, so if you look at the link now, you see this is where you can get that link where you can create that shortcut. You see the part here. You first of all go to your computer, then you go to your local disk, you go to program files, then you go to chaos group, you then go to Vray and enter Vray for Revit. Then you go to materials. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I maximize, you can even write it down. You can write it down. You can write this part on a piece of paper so that you won't forget. Write this part down so that you'll be able to follow it. Let me write it down so that I will not forget. Let me get a pen and write it down. Now let me show you how you can get your own part now. Let's assume I come to my desktop. The first place I will go is I will look for computer. This is my computer. Let me double click on it to open it up. Then the next place I will go is local disk. This is my local disk C. Then the next place is program file. I'll go to program file. Then I'll go to chaos group. This is chaos group. And I'll go to Vray. This is Vray. I'll go to Vray for Revit. And this is Vray for Revit. Then the next place is materials. And this is material. So what I will simply do is right click on it. If I right click on it, you will see send to. Then I'll follow it, send to desktop. You see desktop create shortcut. So I will hit desktop create shortcut. The moment you do that, you will now see the shortcut on your desktop. You will see the shortcut on your desktop. Where is my own Vray materials shortcut? Okay, you can see it here. This is my own shortcut for Vray materials, so that anytime you are looking for it, you can go there straight. You wouldn't need to be looking for where your Vray materials are. Okay, all right, let's go ahead now. Let's go to our Revit. So I'm still on paint 5. I will right click on it, then simply go to my desktop and look for that shortcut. This is the shortcut. Click on it. The type of material I want to use for that wall is simple wall paint. So I'm going to look for wall paint in this material. I'm going to look for wall paint. Okay, you can see it here. You can see wall paint and wallpaper. Let me open this folder up. These are different types of wall paint and wallpapers. Now, the color and the structure is showing is not very clear. To make it clear, you will go to this view. You will go to this icon where you see change your views. Let me change it to something that is a little bit large. Let me select it to large icons so that I can now see what I'm looking for. I can see the type of material I am dealing with. I can even make it a little bit bigger. Let me make it extra large. If I make it extra large, I cannot see the type of material I want to select now. I can see the type of material I want to select. Okay, and basically all of them are similar materials. All of them are similar materials. Okay, so I will select this one. Let me select this one for now. Let me select that. That is okay. And click open. Okay, this is it here. And now I have converted this material to Vray material. Successfully converted it to Vray material. But what of the color? What of the color? To ascertain, I want the color to be a sort of off-white. Not too white, but very close to white. And I will double click on this icon. Okay, it doesn't work like that. So what I will do is I will push this aside and click on asset editor. I'll click on asset editor, and if you see the name here, this is stucco F015cm. Can I see it here? This is it here. Stucco F01550cm. Let me open this up, and if I open it up, you see bitmap diffuse. So this is the diffuse map. This diffuse map is the color that is going to show when you render it. That's the meaning of this diffuse map. So let me open it up. If I click on it, the moment I click on it, you see that an arrow appears here. So I can expand it. And if I expand it, the color you are seeing here is the color that is going to show when you render it. But I want it to be off-white. So since I want it to be off-white, I am going to manipulate the color. And that will bring us to color manipulation. So I will click on color manipulation and expand it. And if you see, you will see the color here, the color gain here. If I uncheck this, it means I can now manipulate it the way I want. So I will click on this color, and if I click on it, it will take me to this color where I can manipulate it. It has color manipulation. Let me click on this. Okay, so I want to make it to be a sort of off-white. If I increase this now, you see it's updating. live. Let's assume I uncheck this, and the color is not changing now. Let me, okay, this is black. Let me take it up. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's see what we have with this. And this one is already up. This is already up. And let me close it for now. Let me close this. Let me close this. And let me try and render it. To render, I simply click on this drop down, and let me select interactive, render interactive, and you will see it will start rendering now. From there, we'll be able to ascertain the color that is there. Okay, so you can from here you can see the color it is. You can see the color. If you don't like it, you can change it to something else. So let me close this. Let me close it for now. I will go back to that asset appearance manager and change the material. I want the white to be pronounced. The white is not pronounced in that material I selected earlier. So I want it to be the white to be very pronounced. And I will go to that paint 5. Paint 5. Okay, this is it. Paint 5. So I'm going to change this material. I will remove this. Let me change it to something else. Okay, let's assume I select this. Well, this one allow me to work with it. Let me try and select this and click open. Okay, then I will take note of the name AO2 color 50 cm, and I'll go to asset editor, and that material should be here now. AO2 50 cm. Okay, this is it here, and I will click on it. Then you now see mix operator. So simply click on this mix operator. You will now see texture A and texture B. Let me change this color to off-white. Let me change it to off-white and see it will update live. Okay, let me take this up a little bit if I can. Let me even take it up finally. Okay, right, I think this is not bad. This is fine. Okay, let me see and close it and try and render. Let me close all this and render it now. I will still use render interactive. All right, so you can see the white is very pronounced. Is okay, the white is not bad. Let's use this. And if you are not satisfied with it, you can still modify it until you get what you want. So I will close this for now. Let me close this. And the next material I want to work is this material. I want this to look like bricks. I want it to look like bricks. And let me check the name of the material I have given it now. Let me edit it and know the material. The material I give it is paint 2. It's paint 2. So if you have taken note of the name, then you will know where to manipulate it. Okay, so I will go to my Vray tab again. Vray tab. I go to Appearance Manager and look for paint 2. Look for paint 2. Paint 2P. Okay, this is paint 2, and this is the one we have for now. This is the brick we have. The brick we have now is bricks weathered EO3 1 meter. Let's assume I don't want this. I want something else. Then I will delete that and right click in this space. It will now take me to my Revit material, Vray material, and let me go to material. I'll go to up material. Then I want it to look like bricks. So here is bricks. Let me open this up by double clicking on it. And here you have different types of brick. Let me increase the icon size. Let me see what I can see. Fine bricks that I can use there. Something that is very interesting. Something that is quite interesting. Okay, I think I can try these. All these bricks are fine, but let me try this. Let me use this. Okay, now you now know the name. The name of the bricks is bricks weathered EO1 1 meter. You can as well increase the size, and as you are rendering it, you'll be seeing it. If you are not satisfied with it, you either increase it or decrease it. Okay, then let me go to asset editor. Let me go to asset editor and look for bricks weathered EO1 1 meter. This is it here, and open it up. Then you see diffuse map. Under diffuse map, you can see it's updated live here. Color manipulation. Here you can change the color. You can change the color. If I open it up, the color is white for now. Let's say, assuming I want to darken it a little bit. It's too dark. Take it up. Take it up a little bit. Okay, let me leave it as it is here and close this, close this, close all this. And let me try and render. If I want to render now, I'll go to render production, render interactive, and click render. And let's see how that bricks will look like. Okay, so without wasting more time, you can see that the size is too big, the scale is too big. So we need to reduce the scale. It's quite too big. Let's close this and still go back to our appearance manager. Go to appearance manager and look for that paint 2. Look for that paint 2. And here it is. If I select it, if I select the paint 2, and you can see the size is let me reduce it to something like 2000. And let's render it again and see whether it has taken effect. Okay, you can see that the size has reduced a little bit. We can even leave it like this. Let it be rendering while we are working. Let me reduce it a little bit. I'll still go back to appearance manager. Still go back to appearance manager and go to that wall paint 2. I've passed it. Okay, this is it here. So I will select paint 2 and reduce the size to something like 1500, or let me even make it 1000 and see whether that is going to be interesting. You keep testing until you get what you want. I'm going to pause the video for now, and when it render finish I will show you. But meanwhile, we are supposed to work on this material, and in the next video we will work on these other materials that are yet to be attended to. For instance, these flower pots, I want it to look like bricks, and the pavement, I want it to look like interlock or concrete stamping, something like that. And the glasses, we need to work on it to make it more reflective. And there are so many things we need to do here. We'll do that in the next video. All right, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video.